guys, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2017. It's my brother's birthday. He's 36 today. He's a youngin'. I'm on my way to Oceanside. It is the beginning of the obesity help season. Obesity help itself is not for 9 more days, but guess what? Amy's here. Amy gets a 360 if you don't follow her on YouTube. She only occasionally makes videos, and when she does, she takes them right down. So, gotta catch her quickly. Anyway, she is here for work in San Diego, but is staying on for OH, and I'm headed down to meet her for dinner. So, super excited about that. This video has been tough for me to make for some reason. Usually my video updates are Monday. I think I did Wednesday last week, so I think it's been exactly a week. All right. So who am I? If you don't watch me, if you do watch me, you can say this probably better than I can. I'm Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth on YouTube, Bariatric Badass on Instagram. My starting weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy at Kaiser South Bay with Dr. Gary Belsberg on April 14th, 2014 at 360.6 pounds. My lowest weight in this process has been about 198 pounds. And right now I'm up there, and so I've had a little bit of, I've gone back and forth with regain over the last year. I've kept about 185 pounds off for 2 years. But my weight last week was 212. And my weight this week, today, 217 pounds. That's a 5-pound gain in the last week. So yeah, that happened. That sucks. And that is way too close to 220 for me. It actually was up to, I think on Monday, it was 219.2. No bueno. So, what has been going on with me? Well, I realized over the weekend, I am presenting at Obesity Help. I have a talk on Friday at 2 o'clock. If you're there, I hope you will come. And my presentation had been due, I think, at the end of September. Well, I actually submitted it yesterday, so that was a little late. And over the weekend, I was talking to my friend Patty, who is also a weight loss surgery patient. And I said to her, you know, I think part of the reason that I'm procrastinating so much on this is because I really feel like this last week I have been, my head and my actions have been in the worst place as a weight loss surgery patient that they've been in the 3.5 years since I had weight loss surgery. And what's that about? And that's sort of what I want to quote unquote come clean about. And I have to tell you, it's all, well, it's not all about the mental side, because if it was all about the mental side, I would weigh the same and not be up 5 pounds in the last week. But for me, I've always sort of believed and said that there are no quote unquote bad foods. Even when I'm on keto, I feel like, you know, how do I explain this in a way? I've always been, since I had weight loss surgery, I've always been low carb. I haven't really been concerned with fat. I've really focused on, you know, the overall macros for years. It was keeping my carbs below 50 and my protein between 60 and 80 grams a day. Over the last, you know, I don't know, maybe even year, I've been playing around with keto because it is the one thing that works and helps me get kickstarted. And not only that, I feel better, I have more energy, and I don't have the cravings for sweets. But I truly believe that you can eat whatever you want consciously and in moderation after weight loss surgery, and you will be fine. And you can, you know, quote unquote bad foods like cake or ice cream or french fries or whatever. Typical people who don't struggle with their weight, or who it's not a driving factor in their weight, make choices, you know, and they are going to occasionally eat food. They just make choices about, okay, I'm going to have some cake today, and that means I'm going to exercise more later, or I only have it, you know, every so often, or whatever. And that's always been my mentality about this, that I could consciously and unemotionally eat crap, McDonald's, And I could just as easily, unconsciously, and from an emotional perspective, eat apples and peanut butter, which are, on keto, that doesn't go, but I mean, that's technically considered probably a healthy food. You can do it on carrots. It's not about what you're eating. It's, for me, it's about where is your head. So my head has been in the fucking toilet. Pardon my French. You guys know that if you watch me. The F-bombs do fly. Put your headphones on if you're watching with children. I should put a warning up. But, so what has been going on in my head that has been so bad? Last week I ate all the things. I ate chips. I ate ice cream. I ate probably a donut. I ate a biscuit. I ate... We had pizza last week? I don't know. I might have eaten pizza last week. I ate candy kisses, like all of the candy kisses at Patty's house. I coveted her candy corn. I ate lots of chips. But there have been other weeks where that's happened that I would not have said. I am feeling so unsuccessful from a weight loss surgery perspective right now that it's making me uncomfortable doing and preparing this presentation for OH, because I do not feel like I am a good representative of a successful weight loss surgery patient. I have never in 3.5 years felt that way, ever, because I have always, even when there have been ebbs and flows in my behavior, felt like I have changed my habits. I recognize when I'm doing something wrong. I can get back on track, and I know what to do. Not last week. And also, it's thrown in with feeling really not good about my body. I don't know if that's just the timing of my weight loss, that, I've had the weight off for a couple of years, and now it's very evident to me that, weight has settled, and it's like, yeah, I am not going to be happy with this until I have plastic surgery. And that has not been a consistent thought throughout my process. That's relatively new, and it is very much on my mind now when I look at myself in clothes. So there's this feeling about I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do mentally, and there's this looking at my body. So what is it mentally that's different about eating cake and ice cream and chips this time than other times in the last 3.5 years? Two things. Number one, I was sneaking food. True, I in the past have lived by myself and so didn't need to sneak food, but it's that whole mentality. I don't need to sneak it now. I'm not eating. I don't feel like that I'm being judged for what I'm eating necessarily, but I literally snuck in a coffee cup chocolate ice cream into the bedroom while Brian was sitting on the couch watching TV in the living room. I snuck it and I ate it fast and I hid the cup. Okay, that, my friends, is a problem. That is not emotionally healthy behavior. That makes me feel guilty and like a piece of crap. So there's that. The other thing is, my mind was becoming obsessed with food. What am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? When am I going to leave the house so I can get something good to eat? What's what? And that has not happened ever since weight loss surgery. I don't think I've snuck food either. Maybe I have. I don't know. But my mind has not been obsessed with food since, I think, before weight loss surgery, because I started losing weight and changing my habits before then. Last week, it was all I thought about. What am I going to eat next? That bothered me. Here's the other thing. I thought about not talking about this with you guys. I thought about not making videos anymore. I thought about all the things to go into okay, fuck this. I'm done. I'm going to do what I want to do mode. Okay, that's not me. That's a problem. And I have always committed to making video. My commitment has always been, I'm going to make videos until 6 months after I hit my weight goal. At this point, that might be when I'm 103, but you guys are going to be watching me every week until that time. And I have never really rethought that. I have never thought, there might be a week where something's up and I may think about not making a video or be a little overwhelmed, but never to the point of I'm not going to make videos anymore. So, yeah, that happened. I am an overthinker and overcommunicator from way back, and I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. I am, things in my life have changed. I am living with someone now, And that is new, but I'm happy. I mean, he's delightful. I am happy. Everything is going, pretty well. I have no complaints. All these things that I was afraid of before we came home have not materialized. His health is getting better. I mean, hugely better. And I don't know. So if I could say, if I was miserable from that perspective or something was going on there, I could make that assumption that maybe it had to do with that, but it's not. I am feeling a lot of joy and happiness and connectedness and I don't know, comfort, routine. I don't know. I'm happy. It's different, it's adjusting to a different way of life, but here's what I came up with. And who knows, we'll see if this is it, because it's been a long time since I've lived with a man on a daily basis, where it's not about dating or a weekend or a trip, where you're on your best behavior, you look your best all the time. It has been a long, long time since that's been part of my life. And I'm a very different person than I was the last time I was doing that. And here's the thing. One of my biggest drivers my whole life was sort of hiding myself and being afraid to say what I thought, or afraid to really be authentically who I am, because I was worried about what other people would say. So the only thing that really did was keep me very isolated. That is not who I am now. You guys know that. Being authentic is truly a driving value for me. And I think that, and I mentioned this either on last week's video or maybe the week before, that being authentic in my relationships with men is a little more difficult for me, because there's more, I don't know, it feels like there's more on the line for me there, and there's more, and it's just an area I've always struggled with, even though I have mostly, until, the last period before I had weight loss surgery, always had a boyfriend or a husband or whatever. I was never authentically myself. And this is re-engagement with someone who I dated before, who I felt I was pretty authentic with. But being authentic when you're seeing somebody on dates and on the weekends and doing and letting them into every single aspect of your life is very different. One of the areas that I feel like there are three primary areas. Did I put up 4 fingers for 3? I do know how to count. We do math on this channel, Nirvana. No, we don't math. There are 3 areas of my life that have always been a struggle. My dad calls them like the shadowlands, that there's certain areas of your life. One has been my weight. One has been relationships with men, and one has been finances. I feel like I have a handle on the weight for the first time in my life. I feel like I've made huge, immense, gigantic progress in the relationships with men area. Finances, I'm still struggling with. It's an area that I struggle with, and it's something that I need to devote my attention to. It's what I've set as a goal multiple times, and I haven't done it. I should not, at my age and with the amount of money that I make, I should not live paycheck to paycheck. And I also put off dealing with things that I shouldn't. And I need to watch Jody's videos on this, and I have considered the Dave Ramsey course that she's taken multiple times, and maybe I need to bite the bullet and just do it. But taking care of those kind of things and saving money and doing those things, it's that third area of the Shadowlands that I have made no progress on over the last few years. Actually gone backwards a little bit, because so much of my time and effort has been focused on these other areas, and I'm socializing more, going more, traveling more, so I'm spending more money. And clothes and hair and nails and wanting plastic surgery and all those things. But you cannot live with somebody on a day-to-day basis and have them not be aware that you're a little irresponsible with money. And I have been avoiding that conversation like the plague with him, because I feel like it's going to make him think less of me. So I think that when I get nervous about having that conversation, or just like saying, here's the deal, I make a lot of money, but I live paycheck to paycheck. And eventually he's going to realize, that's going to come up. And I have started having the conversation. I feel much better now that I did. But I think part of my struggle was that I wasn't being authentic in that relationship by worrying about this stuff, by not hiding it so much, but I feel like it's a big enough issue in my life that I need to actually have that conversation. I have not totally had that conversation, but I did start to have it yesterday. So I think that that's what's been going on with me, that this incongruency of who I am and who I want to be has been filtering over into me picking up old behaviors. And this video is going to be 900 years long. So let me cut to the chase. Yesterday or day before yesterday or whatever, I sort of realized where my power was in relation to this. Number one was recognizing these things and what my values are and what's important to me. And these are the things that I identified as the most important. I don't know if they're values or things that I want in my life. Authenticity. It's really important for me to be open and honest with people and to be true to the person that I feel like I am. I finally know who that is. I don't want to pretend to be anything else. Authenticity. Connection with people. That is super important to me. And I feel like for myself personally, if I'm not authentic and I'm not saying the things that I need to say, that connection isn't real. Joy. Moments of joy and happiness in my life. Freedom. Having the freedom, financial freedom, is huge because it allows me to do the things I want to do with the people that I love. That's a goal, and I need to work. That's an area where I really need to work, and the other is giving back. So anyway, I identified those areas for myself and realized that if I'm doing things that are drastically inconsistent with those areas, it's going to fuck me up. And one of the ways that I punish myself or self-sabotage is around food. And I don't think until last week I had moments where I felt as inauthentic as I did. So I think that's the issue. But then I realized, where's my power? My power is that it took less than a week for me to recognize that. Am I 100% back on track? No, I am not. I will be honest with you. I am driving to Oceanside. Do you know what's sitting here right behind me? It's a potato chip. I have never eaten a potato chip on a YouTube video. Yeah, I just ate a potato chip. Am I craving it? Am I dying for it? No. But did I buy it? Yeah. And part of that is that I recreated this craving cycle of eating this shit by eating it, which is where keto comes in. But I recognized what was going on. I know what to do to take care of myself, to deal with it. And that's where your power is. You're going to fail again and again and again and again and again. But as long as you can get up and do the small steps that you need to do to get back on track and find your true north to what you know, you're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I know what to do. I need to exercise, which I'm doing awesome with, by the way. That is the one area where I am kicking ass because in addition to doing my stuff with Brandon, I am going to the gym with Brian most days, every weekend, doing cardio. So I'm kicking ass on the exercise, but I need to exercise. I need to meditate. I need to journal. I need to drink my water. I need to take my meds. The reason I was 270 pounds is I haven't taken my hydrochlorothiazide in like 4 days. I just got on this path of not doing any of the things that I know are important to me. And there are so many of those things that you can do and still have a potato chip. Not that it's the best. It would be best if I could throw it all out and not eat the potato chips, but I'm not there yet. But I can drink my water today, and I took my meds today, and what else did I do today? I ate another potato chip on YouTube. I'm talking to you guys about this. I'm making the video. I meditated and journaled and did my spiritual reading. I watched some videos that help put my mind in the right perspective. I talked to my friends. So I know what to do, and I am absolutely 100% capable of doing it. So that's where my power lies. So that's what I wanted to come clean to you guys about. I'm not perfect. You know that about me. Work in progress. Hot mess express. But ultimately, I don't need to self-sabotage. I don't need to punish myself. I just need to be true to who I am. And do the things I need to do. It's all going to be okay. All right, guys. I love you so much. I'm so looking forward to seeing everybody at Obesity H. You guys, Obesity H. always need help. And you guys complete me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.